Good day, everybody. Welcome to an open day here at Melsoft Academy. Please just confirm if you can hear me clearly by typing 1 in the chat. You can type 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Then I know that I can go. I know that I can continue. Tiani, Lewin, Uncle Lou, welcome to the chat. Palesa, Kamva, Kefilwe, Fanuel, welcome to the chat, everyone. Thank you so much, guys, for joining at such short notice. Truly appreciate it. Just checking. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I can see 111. Good to see you. Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. So today we are going to talk about Melsoft Academy, of course. The reason why we're here is all because of Melsoft Academy. This is a virtual open day, and my name is Larry Jimu. I am one of the co-founders and CEO of the company. And my job today is to basically just show or tell you guys everything you need to know about what you're getting yourselves into. If you're someone who's considering to join this bootcamp, congratulations, you're in the right place. This is where you go if you want to grow. And I'll also share where we are going as a startup, where we're going as a business, where we are going, what is the vision, what are we working towards. So without further ado, let's get cracking. I'm going to quickly share my screen. And I'll just ask you guys once again, please type in the chat if you can see my screen. Lunga types a 1 at 9:34 or 7:34. Okay, awesome. So you guys can see my screen. Please forgive me for my bad hair and my bad beard. My mother still says I look handsome with it, so it's fine. But yes, thank you so much, guys. This is what we're going to talk about today. We will share with you our vision and our mission. We'll move on to tell you about our company, the team behind it, how this whole bootcamp works, what are the actual bootcamps that we have, and the sale that we have going on for Cyber Week, which is ending on the 8th of December, which is Sunday, which is my mother's 49th birthday. I love my mother, so I'm going to talk about, in fact, I love my family, so I talk about them quite a lot. Yeah, so this is what we're going to talk about. We aim to be out of here in 45 minutes to an hour. I do welcome you to ask questions throughout the call. Please ask questions. Please feel free. This is your home. You're free to express yourselves and ask as many questions as you'd like. So starting off with our vision, our mission, really, our mission. What's happening? Why did we start this company? Why have we been in business? Why did Larry and Loris Jumo wake up and say, let's start a company? So when you're starting a business as an entrepreneur, you always have to be solving problems. Okay, many people approach starting a business the wrong way, where they have an idea and they build the idea, then they go and look for the problem that their solution can solve. So my mentors from Founder Institute, Keshni and Sanjay and them have always said, if you want to start a business, first start by identifying a problem, then you solve the problem by building a solution to that problem, right? So there are two big problems that we are trying to solve. The first one is the high rate of youth unemployment in Africa. the average unemployment rate for youths, i.e., the people between 18 to 35 in Africa, is 35%. 35%. And then in South Africa alone, it's 60%. So that's a terrible, terrible, terrible place to be, because as a continent or as a country, your young people are your future. If your young people are not in jobs, there are so many problems. Firstly, your future is totally cooked. You don't have a future if your young people are not in jobs. Secondly, there are so many societal problems like crime rate increasing or poverty rates, all these things that happen because people don't have jobs, they're not occupied. So, and then obviously the other problem is that your industries fail to develop, and as a country or as a continent, you get left behind. So that's the big problem that my brother and I saw when we were starting Melsoft Academy, just looking around us, seeing people not having jobs. And then as people that have been in the tech space, I will share our history a little bit further down the line. You will understand where we are coming from. We've been in tech before, and anyone in tech can tell you, Lewin can tell you, he's he's the head of IT for a tech startup in the UAE. He will tell you that it's very, very difficult for companies to hire tech talent all over the world. It's a global problem. We don't have enough tech people in the world. And one of the reasons for this is that technology is advancing at an extremely fast pace. So naturally, companies simply cannot cope, especially small businesses. Those are the ones that are hit the hardest because they don't have the resources to even hire. So we present ourselves as the solution to solve this problem, where we take people that are unemployed or youths or people that are in the process of transitioning and switching their careers. We take you from wherever you are and we equip you with the right skills and the right mindset that you need, so that at the end of it, we can help you get into tech and plug the global tech skills shortage. So we are the gap. We are solving two big problems by giving people Palesa, Canva, Fanuel. I'm not sure if you guys are unemployed. If you are, that's great. But by giving people access to the right tech skills and then giving you access to the opportunities, we solve two huge problems. And this just ties into our vision, i.e., where do we see ourselves? What is Melsoft going to be in the next 20, 30 years? Another one of my mentors always emphasizes the importance of thinking in decades instead of thinking in years. And my life changed when I started thinking in decades. So in the next 40 years from now, when I will be 68 years old, probably retired with 5 children on a farmhouse in Cape Town, you know, off the grid, Melsoft will be the one place, and this is our vision, to make tech skills accessible to everyone, everywhere, and help people of all ages build successful careers through Melsoft, creating a world with zero unemployment. I had to read that word for word, just so that I can really explain the vision. We want to make tech skills accessible to every single person on the earth, whether you are 3 years old, whether you are 65 years old, anyone can learn tech skills. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you're in South Africa, whether you're in Brazil, whether you're in the Netherlands, it doesn't matter where you are. We want Melsoft to be the place where every single person on the earth goes to when they want to build a successful career in the tech space. And ultimately, what we want to do is to create a world with zero unemployment. And I know this sounds crazy, especially now in this AI revolution where people are losing their jobs because of AI, right? Like, what are we going to do? There is an AI that's out. One of my friends is running this AI where it calls you automatically and it sets appointments using AI. It can take your face, it takes videos, it takes your pictures, it takes your voice, and then it creates an AI version of you. And it jumps on video calls like this, and it jumps on voice calls like your normal voice call, and it sells on your behalf. So we are without a doubt going into an age where there will be a bloodbath of jobs. People will lose their jobs. I'm telling you now, 80 to 90% of the jobs that we have now will be gone. But that presents an opportunity where now that we have all this free time, we as the human race can move into another field and use this AI and technology that we have to create a world where everyone still has a job, but they're using technology 24/7 in their jobs, and the world is a much better place. So that's our vision. We want to create a world where you don't have to leave your home country to live a good quality life, because the more and more technology is evolving and the more connected we are as a human race, the better it will be for everyone all over the world. So I have a particular fondness for the African continent. Hopefully, if God allows and we are able to achieve this vision, we want that to start in Africa. We want Africa to be the place where if the US Army or the US government wants to build a new piece of technology for their army, they come to South Africa or to Kenya or to Nigeria or to Zimbabwe or wherever in Africa. And it starts with us. Then the only reason why we're mentioning it on this call is because as much as some of you guys will be coming to Melsoft as students, it must not end there. It mustn't end there. We need your help. We need partners. We're looking for people to collaborate with. We can't do this alone. We can't change the world on our own. We need each and every one of you guys that are on this call. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that to let you guys know that this is just the beginning. And whilst we're on that, might as well just move on to our story so far, how we got to where we are now. So, Melsoft has been in operation since 2018, and it started off in college or university. I went to a university in Zimbabwe with Lewin, who's on this call. And Melsoft started in my final year of university when people around me were looking for jobs. So, what do you need to get a job? What do you need? You need a CV, right? So, people had these Word CVs that they were designing using Microsoft Word. And no offense, but people at my university were not tech savvy at all. So they would create the ugliest CVs I had ever seen in my life. And I would look at them and I was like, there's absolutely no way you will get a job with that CV. So what I'll do is I'll take that CV and go on canva.com, where I'm actually doing this presentation on now. That's 6 years ago. And I'll redesign the CV in Canva and charge someone $5 for it. So that's how the business started. That was the first eureka moment to say, wait a minute, people need tech skills, right? Then it evolved from being graphic design to software development. Once I taught myself how to code, learned WordPress, learned PHP, learned Python, Java, we started offering software development services. And 2 years later, we were awarded the top software company in South Africa by Clutch, by the Manifest, by Good Firms, and we became full service. So we were not just building software, but we were also doing digital marketing or SEO or app development. And that was just 2 years in our journey. So we continued running our agency, our consultancy. It's still up and running right now as we speak. We are definitely tripling down next year on our agency. We want to grow it again to be the global vision that we have. And 4 years into that agency, that's when my brother and I, who had just finished high school, my co-founder, who is my brother, currently now is in his second year, and we saw the problem that I mentioned to you earlier. We built Melsoft Academy. We enrolled our first cohort in March 2023. 8 people were in that cohort. Then we had the following cohort, the April cohort, where we had 10 more people coming in, and we kept going from strength to strength. And then this year has definitely been our best year so far in terms of in everything, really. This is the year where we got our QCTO accreditation through our partnership with Turning Digital. We are now fully accredited, and I will explain how the accreditation works later. This is the year where we also were ranked as the second best bootcamp in South Africa by Nasi Ispani. This is happening in our second year. Right? I don't mean to brag, but yeah. Then this, or 2 weeks ago or last week, we just recently won the EdTech Startup of the Year by the Startup Club of South Africa. And that is definitely thanks to the incredible team at Melsoft Academy. Everyone here is an absolute workaholic. We have a high pressure, high stress, but high achievement culture. It's an incredible place to work, and the team always rises to the occasion. So we are the best edtech company in South Africa, thanks to that award. And last night, we actually got another award, which is the second highest growing startup in the Civitas community. So Civitas is a private network for CEOs and founders across all over the country. And we were the second highest growth startup in that entire community, which was great news for us. Yeah, so those are just a few things of what we've done so far. And it's really the beginning, because like I said at the beginning, we are building this business for the next 40 years, and this is our second year. For us to get to the level where we want to get to, we are going to need you guys. We're going to need each and every one of you. Maybe you'll start off as a student, like most people, like Aiden or Gladman or Nelisi. Maybe you start off as a student, then you become an intern, then you become a manager or a director, or maybe CEO. Maybe you even take my job away from me, right? Or maybe you start off as a student and then later on we become partners, or you go and grow the business in Namibia, or you go and grow the business in Nigeria or in Afghanistan or Iraq, everywhere. There's nothing that we're not aiming for. We're going for the whole world. So yeah, this is just our story so far. And if I'm to touch slightly on where we are going, I've already alluded to that, so I won't spend more time on it. I'll just move on to our team at the moment. So you see me and my brother there as the co-founders. We also have a team of 12 that are with us. Average age of 25. I think that's, yeah, average age of 25 with 30 years of experience. Melsoft is a youth-owned, youth-operated, and youth-executed business. It's all young people, all hungry people, all ambitious people. So definitely expect to grow, because you have all these young people that are learning new technologies, that are coming in and putting them into the courses, putting them onto webinars or our social media content and all these things. We're very much a young company, and we plan to grow together. If we are building this for 40 years, we hope that we can get to our 60s and all look back and say, wow, we did it. we helped 2 billion people learn tech skills, right? And you guys can be a part of that journey. You guys have an extremely unique opportunity to join this startup right now when it's still 2 years in, when it's still 12 people. You have a very unique opportunity, and I'll stress this again. Please forgive me if I sound like a broken record. Most of you guys are going to come in as students, but please don't let it end there. We need you as partners. We need to walk this journey together. It's going to be an incredible journey, and we need each other. Okay. So what does our product actually look like? What is it that you'll actually learn? Let's talk about that. So our courses are both domestic and internationally accredited. So you have your QCTO or your SAQA NQF5 certificates, which is great, right? But we also have within the courses, Cisco courses, CompTIA courses, and AWS. These are three of our biggest partners. AWS in particular. Without AWS, I don't know if there would be Melsoft Academy. They funded us with credits with about 2 million Rand when we started out. And we've just recently partnered with Cisco and CompTIA to deliver cybersecurity and data science curriculum. Yeah, so we keep partnering with these big organizations because we have the global vision. So we want people that take Melsoft Academy to be able to take it from anywhere in the world and be recognized anywhere in the world. It's just a great thing that we started in South Africa, a country that I love with all my heart, right? We give placements through our industry partners who explain what the guaranteed internship is and how it works. Just stay tuned for that. Then we have a 24/7 AI chatbot that gives you personalized assistant. It's called Leo. You can use ChatGPT without a doubt, but we really, really want to push Leo a lot more because we are looking to collect as much data as possible and then tailor that bot to you individually. Okay. Then it's fully online for any time access anywhere in the world. It's 100% online. We do have weekly check-ins that are in person if you're in Johannesburg, but going forward, we are moving less and less and less away from that model of let's meet in person because it limits what we can do. We can't teach the whole world. We can't be in China and in South Africa at the same time without significant resources. But we can do that easily if you just jump on a webinar like this, right? So fully online. If you want to come to the campus just to check it out and see the admin office and all these things, you can do that. It's in Rosebank, Johannesburg, but everything is fully online. 95% of our students, we've never met them in person. Then access to industry events and networking opportunities. This is a very big thing that most people don't really take the most advantage of. We will give you access into events that are going on in tech specifically and networking opportunities. We had the AWS Summit last a few months ago in Sandton, and about 5,000 people came there. It was the whole Sandton Convention Center was booked out with the AWS Summit, right? That was not us. That was organized by AWS. And we mobilized our troops, our Joburg-based students, our troops, and we were like, everyone, we're going to this event. Let's go. Let's show up. Let's network. Let's meet people. And then we had one student. His name is Prosper Simanda. He went to this event with the open mind, and he was meeting people. He was networking, exchanging phone numbers, and he walked out of that event with 4 projects to build websites and apps for companies that he met at that event. It's extremely important for you to attend events. I assume that you guys being here, you want to succeed in your careers and that you want to do well. You want to take care of your families. You want to build your dream house. You want to or you want to buy a dream car. My dream car is a Suzuki Swift, which I'm currently driving now. So I've hit my dream car, right? Maybe your dream car is a Bugatti Chiron or something. I assume that this is what you want for your life. And you certainly cannot get there without networking. You need to meet people. You need to get out of your comfort zone and shake as many hands as possible. So when you do come in, whenever you hear the word event, whenever you hear the word hackathon or webinar, you attend. It doesn't matter how you feel. You need to attend events. It's the most surefire way for you to learn and unlock golden opportunities for yourself. The best people at Melsoft Academy are those that don't wait for us to help them. They just see the opportunity and they go after it, right? So how else does it work? We have personalized one-on-one mentorship where when you face a problem, you have a mentor that's dedicated to you that you can message on Discord or book a video call with, and they can assist you with your problem. Mentors are not there to give you answers. They're not there to do the work for you. They're just there to help you with the problem, show you alternative ways which you can build your product or solve your problem. But ultimately, it always goes back to you as a person, right? Then we have what we call peer-to-peer learning, which has proven to be one of the best things to come out of 2024, where amongst you guys as students, let's say Palesa and Miles, you guys are working on a pair project. You're working together. You learn from each other. Then you exchange your projects with other students and you mark. You know how they used to do it in primary school, where you exchange projects and then you mark each other's projects, and then after that you're reading someone else's code, you're being exposed to someone else's code, and then you ask, hey Canva, why did you do it this way? Hey Fano, why did you do it this way? Right? We're very big on that. We really want to push peer-to-peer learning, and we have affordable financing options through student loans and scholarships and discounts, like today, where we'll discuss another discount, and real world projects. The thing about being a software developer or a cybersecurity analyst or a data scientist who doesn't have a computer science degree, this is the thing. When you present yourself to an employer and say, I'm looking for a job, they don't care about this AWS certificate or the Melsoft Academy certificate or whatever certification that you have. They're not going to give you the job based on that. They will mostly give you the job based on the fact that, can you solve their business problems? That's it. If you can walk into a company and say, hey guys, I see that your website is doing 3% conversions for everyone who signs up to your website, I can bump up your conversions by 7% to 10%. I don't have a degree, but if you hire me today, I will make you guys 70% more money than you're making now. There's no company that won't hire you. Okay? It's all about showing employers the value that you can give to them. So the only way that you can convince someone or persuade someone to say, okay, let me give Lunga or Kefilwe a chance, is if you have a track record. If you show them, listen, I did, when I was doing my bootcamp at Melsoft, I worked with Discovery or I worked with ABSA and I did this, and I got these results for them. So I can do the same for you. So that's what we mean by real world projects. For the class of 2025, you guys that are starting next year, at the beginning of the bootcamp, we will ask you guys to look for one or two companies, real world companies. I'm not talking about fake or fictional companies. I mean real world companies where you sign a contract with them for 1 year and you build projects for that one company. So you will be learning throughout. You'll be learning your HTML, your CSS, JavaScript, React. If you're in cyber, you're learning your pen testing, ethical hacking, all these things, but you're doing it for a real company. And by the time you finish, you not only have the certifications, but you also have 1 year of working experience. That's the difference. You're walking out and saying, here, I have 1 year working experience. You might not be paid for these projects that you're doing. That's fine. Or you might be paid very little. That's absolutely fine. The first website that I did personally was for my mom's business. And obviously, my mom didn't pay me. Even if I'd asked my mom to pay me, she would have never paid me. She'd be like, boy, sit down, go away. I'm not going to pay you, right? The second website that I did was for a very small construction company in Germiston. And that guy paid me 1,000 Rand for that website. And it took me 2 weeks to develop it, right? Then the second website after that, I charged 2,000, then charged 10, then 15, then 50, 100, 500. We've done websites for 1 million for government or for corporates. So the reason why I'm telling you this is not so that you can ask me for money. I don't have any money. The reason why I'm telling you this is you just have to start. No matter what you're starting with, you just have to start. This industry rewards people with experience. So at the beginning, it's all about you starting. So that's why from next year, from January, we are forcing you to start getting some working experience whilst you're studying. And then I'll touch on how the internship works after. Then we also have soft skills training, because in as much as it's great to be good technically and to be the best developer that can solve any problem, if you cannot communicate with other people, you're not going to last. Okay? If you cannot think for yourself critically, you're not going to last. If you don't have empathy when you're working with others, you're not going to last. So we're very, very, very strong on that. We push that a lot, and I highly recommend everyone to take those soft skills modules seriously, because it's a little bit like LO in metric, and people just don't take LO seriously. But that's really where a lot of value is. It's such intangible value that will serve you for the rest of your life. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. And then expanding a little bit more on how it works, you start by learning. And as you can see, as I've mentioned, you learn whilst you're doing an internship. But that's not the official internship. Okay. The jobs that you're doing for a client, and you're working with clients and all this is just to give you more working experience that you can use later on. When you're done, if you're doing 6 months on the growth track, or you're doing 12 months on the beginner's track, once you're done, we help you with getting another internship. That's if you need it. And I'll be very honest and say 80% of people that get jobs from doing Melsoft Academy, they do it without our help. And you'll see the reason why is in our bootcamp, we have what we call job readiness prep. That's in addition to the soft skills training, where we teach you how to fix your LinkedIn. We teach you how to fix your CV, your portfolio website, all these things that are so important. And by the time you get to, let's say, month 9 out of 12, you have companies that are knocking on your door if you follow the instructions. It's unfortunate that we have other students, and please don't be like this. Other students that would just rather wait and start the job readiness preparation or the LinkedIn preparation on month 12. You should not do that. You should be working on your LinkedIn from the first day you land into Melsoft. You should be working on your CV, on your portfolio from day one. So, yeah, that's how you guarantee yourself a job. Because, like I said, um, we will give you everything that you need to succeed. We will give you every single thing: course material, mentors, seniors coming in every now and then, events where you're meeting CEOs of the best tech startups in South Africa or Africa, webinars, podcasts where we're recording, interviewing some of the most impressive people that we can get, trips. Let's go. Let's all go to Johannesburg. Let's go to Sandton. Let's meet people. Let's do all this. We'll give you everything. But if you as a person are not putting in the work, if you as a person are just sitting back and you're not hustling on your own, then this program will not work for you. Okay. And whilst we are on that, I might as well just go into what the guaranteed internship, what it is and how it works, right? So I want to go on the record. I hope that this is being recorded. But guaranteed internship is not, I will pay Melsoft Academy 60,000 Rand today, and in 12 months, I will have a job, whether I come for class or whether I do my projects or whether I finish my certificates, I'll get a job. Or automatically, if that's your mindset, you need to address that, because that's not how it works. That's simply not how it works. Guaranteed internship means if you follow every single thing that we teach you from day one, and you just follow, you just be obedient. You come to class, you submit on time. When there's a LinkedIn webinar, you're there, you fix your LinkedIn, you take a professional picture on LinkedIn, you fix your banner, you're posting once a week on LinkedIn, showing your journey. You're connecting with recruiters, you're coming to events, you're networking, you're doing all these things that we're telling you to do. We guarantee that when you're done, you will get an internship. And people think an internship is a very difficult thing. It's genuinely one of the easiest things to get. In fact, not just internship, a job in general is one of the easiest things you can get if you know how to apply for jobs, if you know how to craft a tailored CV. You don't just apply with one CV to all the jobs. We teach you, this is how you apply for jobs. You write a different CV for each company, and after that you write a customized cover letter for each company. Never apply for a job without a cover letter. What are you doing? You need a cover letter all the time, and your cover letter must be custom to that specific company. We teach you all this stuff, and we're saying if you finish and you do all these things, you check all these boxes, you're guaranteed an internship. It's like the easiest thing to guarantee. In addition to that, we have partnerships with startups and corporates and a company like Intern Pulse, where they're always looking for talent, always looking. They want juniors, they want people, they want. They come to us, hey, we need 29 interns today to start in Limpopo. Okay, companies are always approaching us for talent, and we share these opportunities on Discord. We share. Hey guys, here you go. I think on average in a week, we might share 3, 5, 10 opportunities that are there. So it really is your one-stop shop where you're getting all these opportunities coming your way, and you just need one. One. So you need, and for you guys starting in 2025, where you have to nominate a company to work with, you guys are even in a much better space because you finished the Melsoft Academy bootcamp and you have 1 year of experience. We will teach you exactly how to tell your story and say that you have 1 year working experience. Okay. So guaranteed internship definitely is not, I will pay Melsoft X amount, and at the end, no matter what happens, they will give me a job, they will place me, and I don't even have to do anything. I just have to finish and then they'll place me. No, there's a job search element tied to it. That's why we have that job readiness program. There's a job search element where you actively, as the individual, have to go out there and get the job. But our promise is that if you listen and you pay attention and you put in the work, the least that you can get out is an internship, which, like I said, is absolutely the easiest thing to do in the world. Okay. It's easier than breathing because sometimes you don't breathe. Right? Sometimes you go underwater and you cannot breathe. But internship, easy. Okay. Whilst we're on that, I just want to touch, I don't have a slide for this. So I just want to touch on some of the characteristics of the best students that come through the ranks of Melsoft. One of the biggest characteristics is a proactive mindset. Please don't wait for anyone. Don't wait for anyone. If you have a project, you should control your own future. You should take control of that project, whether it's an individual project or a group project. Simply take control, right? Secondly, the best students are very curious. We have volunteering opportunities. Sometimes we just announce and say we are looking for 5 people that want to volunteer in social media, for example. The best students are the most curious. They raise their hand for everything. They volunteer or they go for the charity events, or they go for when we are hosting an event, they are the ones that are maybe standing by the door or being the MC or all these things. So the best students that we have, they're the ones that they're very proactive, they're very curious, they really want to learn. Honesty is one big value that we hold dearly. Please, the best students are just honest. Just be honest. Don't lie. Don't come here and start lying around and blaming other people if your project is a failure. Just be honest. Just be transparent and realize that this is your career. You should care about your career more than anyone else cares about it. Okay. And the best students also participate in hackathons. Big thing. We just firstly we hosted our own hackathon. Maybe some of you guys attended, and the team that won our hackathon was the Melsoft team. Surprise, surprise. Then we also entered the FNB App of the Year hackathon, and we sent 4 of our students. We had Guy, Prosper, Nigel, and Yamu. They went for that hackathon, and they're now they became finalists. And today, as we speak, they are at the event right now representing Melsoft. They've got their suits and ties all polished up. They're there. They're representing us at FNB App of the Year. That can be you. That should be you. So my point is that the best students they do stuff outside of school. You've got the curriculum, which is amazing. You're working with a company. That's also great. But the best students, they go out there and they do more. More. It's always the key. Okay. So now I just want to get into the final few slides before I take all the questions that you guys might have. Our 3 accredited boot camps at the moment. You have the software engineering, cybersecurity, which is hot, and data science, which is, oh my goodness. Let me tell you something, guys. Cybersecurity has a 0% unemployment rate. There's no one in cybersecurity who doesn't have a job. And that's because it's a very, very huge field. It's huge. And there's just not many people. Like recently, we saw what happened in Uganda, where the Ugandan government was hacked and they lost about $18 million from that. The whole government was hacked because they don't have cybersecurity professionals. We also saw a few months ago when those 2 young, brilliant people from Stellenbosch, those 2 students, uncovered the whole SASA grant fraud because there's no one who can defend. Okay, cybersecurity is extremely hot. It's only gonna grow because as the world gets more and more and more digital, as we go into the age where now we're connecting through laptops, and this is great. Maybe you're on your phone and we're connecting. We're going into a world where with VR, virtual reality, all you need to do is put on contact lenses or glasses, and you're in a different world, a different world that's running on the blockchain. You know, this is where we're going. Everything, every single thing will be digital. We will not leave our homes. This is where the world is going. And there will be criminals, of course. So if you can defend and you can be on the good side, you will never lack. You will never lack in your life. Now is the best time to get into cybersecurity. Then, obviously, with data science, I mean, we've all heard about AI. We all know that AI is the new gold rush right now. For example, in Abu Dhabi, the government here has put 500 billion dirhams, which is equivalent to $2.5 trillion investment in AI only. AI. And what is AI? If you truly understand AI, everything about AI is data. Because what happens in AI is that you take a huge amount of data and then you write code on that data so that you can predict what will happen in the future, right? And then once you can predict what will happen in the future, you write even more code to do stuff on autopilot using that data, using those results. So whenever you hear the word AI, you know that it's data. There's no AI without the data. So if you get started now, I think the best time to get started in data was probably 5 years ago. But even now, we are at such an early stage. There's a company, Vambo AI, where they're doing a language translation app where if and it's only for African languages, where if you and I, let's say I speak Shona and you speak Swahili, I can start speaking to you in Shona and you can speak to me in Swahili, and we can understand each other because it does the translation. That's what the app does. And I asked them, what was their biggest problem? What was their biggest problem in building that app? And they said there was no data. There's no data. We just couldn't find a data set where you have all the Shona words translated. They don't have that. So if you can come in now, you, Miles, or Tatego, or Kat Motloung, whoever's joining the data science bootcamp, if you can come in and learn what this data is, how does it work, and you leave Africa, leave, do your bootcamp now and get out, go to Saudi, go to Qatar, go to England, go to Silicon Valley, go to where the AI is starting, you will be at such an incredible advantage. And if you then come back to Africa, you then come back to South Africa with those skills, people will be looking to you and be like, okay, Lunga, how much do you want to solve this data problem that we have? Because we don't have enough people to solve these problems. So Melsoft Academy is where you start, but it's certainly not where you end. This is just the beginning for you, and I'm very glad that you guys are here. These are our accredited boot camps, and we also have the UI UX design bootcamp, which is currently unaccredited, but we are working on more accreditations because we understand that accreditation is important for those that are looking for university credits. If you want to study in university, or you want, let me just go back on this slide. If you want university credits, or you want a work visa to study somewhere, to work in another country, accreditation is useful for that. Or you want to work in the government, if you want to work for ESCOM or Transnet, any state-owned agency, accreditation is useful. But if you want to work for anywhere in the world, no one cares about accreditation. No one's going to look at you and say, Miles, I love the fact that you have worked for 1 year with this company and you have helped them grow from 10 million Rand to 22 million Rand. And maybe you can do the same for my company. But did that course that you do, was that accredited? Oh, it wasn't? Oh, okay. I can't hire you. There's no one who's ever going to say that. So don't really, and you'll see the guys that are doing beginner's track, it is really good. The course material is incredible for beginners. It's amazing. If you're just starting out, I'll take off my hat and say, QCTO, you guys did an incredible job to build a foundations course, which is amazing. Okay. But going forward, get your accreditations, but put them aside and learn, and improve. Okay. All right. So we have a Cyber Week special going on. We had a Black Friday discount that ended last month in November, and we decided to extend to Cyber Week. We're offering you 50% off all our boot camps if you enroll between now and the 8th, which is my mother's birthday again. After that, our boot camps will go back to their original prices. So I highly recommend you to take advantage of that Cyber Week that we have running right now. You will have access to all the mentors. You'll have access to me. There's a link that we share around where you can book me for 15 minutes at any given time where you see availability, and you come with all your problems. It doesn't matter what it is, even if it's not related to your course material. Maybe you started your own business and you just need some guidance. You have a link where you can book me and all the other Melsoft Academy mentors on demand. So really do take advantage of this, because as you can see, our bootcamps are 50% off. The beginner's track for software, data, and cyber, these three are ideal for beginners. I'm talking about people that don't know what is RAM, or what is a programming language, what is cybersecurity. I'm talking about the bare basics. And that's where the accredited course content comes into play. It's really, really incredible for beginners. But then it also includes our own material, our get a job material, where you go for 6 months, 9 months if you're a beginner. Let me just repeat that and not get you guys confused. So for in the beginner's track, you will spend the first 3 months working on your Sakwa material. That's your beginner's material. You spend the first 3 months, you get in and you get out. Other colleges and institutions will tell you to do this in 1 year. other colleges are saying if you want to do the SAQA NQF5, you need 1 year. We looked at it and we were like, bruh, there's no need. You don't need 1 year to do this. 3 months is enough. So after 3 months, you have your QCTO accredited stuff out of the way, you have your certification out of the way. Then the remaining 9 months, you're working on our bootcamp material. So you're going really deep on penetration testing if you're in cybersecurity, or React and Node.js, backend, front end, APIs if you're in software development. And for data people, you're going real deep on AI, machine learning, um, um, generative AI and its capabilities, all the things that make data and AI, you go real deep in those 9 months. And then by the end, you are job ready. Okay. Then for growth track, we're saying just don't do anything that's accredited, because growth track is more ideal for those that have done something before. Maybe you have a computer science degree, or maybe you have completed another boot camp. We have a lot of students that have done other boot camps. Growth track is ideal for you. So we're just saying, okay, for 6 months, Palesa, put your head down and just do the stuff that gets you a job. Okay, that's the main difference between the two. And for UI UX design, we have the beginners track, which doesn't have accreditation yet, but we are working on this definitely in the next, I don't want to say, because sometimes you plan for things and then they don't happen, right? But we are working for in the next few months to have accreditation for that as well. But yeah, same concept. Beginners is for those that are starting. It'll take you 6 months to become a competent UI UX designer. But if you already have some experience in UI UX design, then take the growth track, which is just 3 months. Okay. Now I would leave room for questions. We've just hit our 1 hour mark. So I will spend the next 10, 15 minutes just asking questions. Please feel free to ask all your questions. There's no such thing as a silly question. There is no such thing. Okay. Kefilwe, you tried to book. I'm not sure which link you tried to book with. I'm not sure which link. I'm not, if it's an interview link, then yes, that link is not working. I was referring to the internal link that we share with students. That one always has availability if you're a student. Yeah, if it's the interview link, then we have phased off interviews now. So if you're applying, instead of you going on a call with a Melsoft representative for 30 minutes, we just ask you to do a 5 minute recording of yourself just to see if you can communicate well. Previously, we used to have an open doors policy where we just said anyone and everyone can enroll, but we found that it attracts all types of people and we want to keep the quality of students high. So it's imperative for you to do that recording when you apply, and we just want to see, can you communicate? Can you answer questions? How is your English and all those things? Okay. Can you explain the difference between NQF4 and NQF5? NQF4 is a lot less intense. It's very simple, very easy. And then NQF5 also, I would say it's also easy. It's not really that difficult, but the difference is in the workload. The NQF4 stuff is much more beginner. It's very simple. I think NQF4 is at the same level as Metric in terms of level of difficulty and recognition, whereas NQF5 is higher certificate, higher certificate, right? So you just go slightly above metric, and then NQF6 is now it's diploma level. So 5 is slightly below the diploma level. Yeah. So do you have any questions? YouTube, let me just check if we have questions from YouTube. But please feel free to drop your questions here as well on this chat on Zoho or LinkedIn if you're listening to this from LinkedIn. All right, Palesa, I'll be doing my final year next year. Do you recommend that I do the boot camps while studying, or finish my final year and then dedicate a year to complete the boot camp course material? Final year, are you referring to university final year or metric final year, grade 12? Which exactly? Please just help me, then I'll be able to answer. University final year. Okay, so university final year, definitely the growth track is perfect for you. You can do it hand in hand. We have students like Zoe, Aiden, Mamelo is also one, Yamkelani is also one, and they're doing this bootcamp together with university. It's an actual hack. I wish I had done that, so that by the time you finish your degree, you're also finishing the bootcamp and you're job ready. So I would recommend you do that. The workload can get intense though, so make sure that you're prepared. You have to sacrifice stuff. Netflix, you sacrifice going out with your friends and partying, sacrifice relationships and dating. If it's not serious, sacrifice. You have to sacrifice many things. So if you're willing to take the sacrifices, then yes, do both. But if you still want work-life balance, then it's better for you to wait until you're done with your degree. Then you come here because it's quite intense. Okay. Aiden, if you're on the call, please just help me with questions from YouTube, if there are any, because I can't see them from my side. But yeah, are there any more questions? Would you guys want to learn something? You can ask any question, even personal questions. I can ask them. I can answer them. If you are looking for advice on any topic, on anything tech related, non-tech related, please feel free to ask, and I will be here for you. From YouTube, does your school cater to international students? Absolutely. We're a global institution. Wherever you are in the world, we cater to you. So please feel free to come from wherever you are on the planet, as long as you have the sun where you're staying and you have a laptop with an internet connection. Melsoft Academy is the place for you. It doesn't matter where you are. It's not ideal if you're in South Africa or no, it's the same for everyone. So yes, we definitely do cater to international students. Awesome. We'll just give maybe 2 more minutes. If you guys have any more questions, we'll just wait for 2 more minutes. Okay, so there are no more questions on YouTube. I hope that means that this presentation was useful and you guys actually learned a lot. Yeah. All right. So if there are no more questions, we can end the call. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, there's a link. If you found some value, if you learned anything, please do leave a review on Google if you learned something. If you haven't learned anything, don't write a bad review. Please wait and then rate us later. But I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for taking the time. You guys have been amazing. You've spent a whole hour on this call listening to me on Wednesday night. So it clearly tells me that you guys are serious. You're very, very serious about your careers. This is the place for you. Please, guys, if you're not serious about your career, if you're not focused, if someone is forcing you to join Melsoft, do not join. We want the best of the best of the best of the best, the most focused, the most hardworking, because these are the people that will get the most out of it. These are the people that will change the world with us. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. It's been an amazing pleasure hosting this open day. I love you guys all. Love you so much. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you again on the next episode of the Truth Talk podcast. For all those that watch the podcast. Thank you so much, guys. Love you all. Have a wonderful night. See you soon, hopefully in one of the boot camps.